Alam na natin yan. Now, sabi ni Einstein, you cannot solve the problem using the same mindset that created the problem in the first place. If the problem of cars, if the problem of traffic is caused by cars, you cannot add more cars and you cannot use more cars as a means of transportation. Simple. Because you just have that little space. You cannot copy Los Angeles lifestyle for the simple reason that they have wide roads, and even with their 8-lane roads, they still have traffic jams. Look at what's happening, those of you who live in the South. Look at what's happening to the Slecks. That's not it's neither a highway nor an expressway. It is a slowly moving parking lot. And this beautiful government, instead of being wise, gumawa ng additional, instead of building mass transportation systems, gumawa ng skyway, which is going to be more expensive, and it will only multiply more cars. Okay? That, my friends, is called the shift. If the economics of extraction and consumption got us into the problems that we are in now, the way to get out of it is a 180-degree shift, which I will call the CPR economics, the cardio, conservation, protection, and restoration. That's what we're doing here. Conserving energy. Because we cannot burn all the fossil fuels today, because maybe tomorrow, but not only because it took such a long time for that to develop, but also because probably our children will need that, but more important, the consequences are kicking us in the teeth. Also knows that we will also call it the cardiopulmonary resuscitation of the vital organs of life. Land, air, and water. That, my friends, is the new paradigm of economics. I've been talking about this, and I'm glad finally next week they're going to have I've been talking about this for about 10 years now, and finally begin to catch on. Next week, I think they will have here, or somewhere here, they will have the green industry. But that's the way to go. Renewable energy system. But more important than renewable energy systems is conservation. We cannot cool a place as big as this and use only 6 feet, 7 feet. I mean, does it take an architect to understand that? No. It takes a child to understand that. Sustainable agriculture, urban agriculture, urban greening. And instead of planting useless plants, taniman mo malunggay, taniman mo kamuti, taniman mo sibuyas, kamatis. Sabihin, nakawin ng tao. Yung nakawin nila, pero walang gutom. My friends, water recycling. That is going to be the business in the near future. And I will show you what I am talking about. There are other economic activities. I won't talk about them. But let me just talk about what is the purpose of transportation. Sir, what is the purpose of transportation?
People from one place to another.
To move people from one place to another, or things. Sir, can you please stand up? Extend your left arm. Yeah, this is about 1 square meter. Diba? Yung mga arkitekto ko yun, intindihan nyo. Standing up, he occupies 1/8 of a square meter. Please sit down, sir. Sitting down, he occupies what? 1/3? Let's say 1/2 of a square meter. But look at that man occupying 10 square meters at least stationary using a car. May nakakapag-isip ba niyan? Because that is the car-based transportation system. We all know the disadvantages of a car. Waste of space, among others. Waste of metals, plastic, cost of the car. 700,000 for a simple car. I can send my kid to school, my entire college for that money. Just for as the gentleman was saying, just for the simple purpose of moving my bag from one point to another. Let us question, my friends. I'm here not to tell you stories, not just to tell you stories, but to tell you stories in order to trigger your mind to thinking of the fundamentals. Look at that. 3 million people die every year. O hindi pa kasama sa air pollution. Out of accidents, 3 million people die every year. If an airplane were to crash every day, the kind of airplane were to crash every day and would kill 3 million people a year, would we not be thinking of a different kind of airplane or different kind of transportation? Ito, our insistence at individual mobility has resulted in serious collective immobility. That is the South Luzon Expressway, and that is the roads that we have all over. Why? Kasi kumaya tayo sa Mercado. Kung gusto natin, pakotse tayo. Hindi lang kontento yung maliit na kotse. That's why I decided to make a statement. I bought the smallest car. Ano, Honda, not Honda, yung Alto. Suzuki Alto. So what? Where ako? Where barong? Diba? Other people, maybe they try to transfer their macho machismo to their cars. They buy big cars, huge cars, expeditions. No offense meant to your expeditions, but they buy big cars. They buy four-wheel drive SUVs. They never even get to see a gravel road in all their lives. And then what is even worse is that they will use their SUVs because they do not want to walk. They will park their SUVs right to the closest parking lot or gym. And then they will work out for 1 or 2 hours. Anybody ever think about that? All of this, stress, loss of productive time, family, loss of space, loss of percolation of water. That, my friends, is called the inertia of collective insanity. We're stuck there. Nobody bothers to think about it. So you think out of the box. You not only think out of the box, you turn the box, you jump out of the box, you turn the box upside down, and then you shake it. Only then will there be progress in human thought. Barely 400 years ago, the entire world thought that the Earth was the center of the universe. It had to take Galileo and Copernicus to say, no, it is the sun. We revolve around the sun and not the other way around. Yeah. And what was done to them? They were exiled by the church. What we need, my friends, is a second Copernican revolution. Meaning a turnaround that we human beings are not the center of the world. We've been here, the world has been here, the earth has been here for 4.5 billion years. We've been here only for 10,000 years. Ito. Let's say imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Why? Because knowledge is static. Imagination is dynamic. Yeah? The people who have the least imagination are not the architects, they're the more creative. The people who have the least imagination are the lawyers. And you can tell any lawyer, I said so. What if, ito, train ng karnaval. What if, lakihan natin yan, gandahin natin, lagyan ng bucket seats, meron yung train, meron lagyan natin ng release. Parang ganon. Pero, hindi natin papatakbuhin sa kuryente kasi yung kuryente, mahal yun eh. Sinusunog natin yung rulo niya eh. Use pedal power. What was there before the power of the combustion engine? Manpower. Horsepower. Before horsepower, manpower. Is that possible? Of course it is possible. Sometimes words and ideas have to be a little wild because they are the assault of thoughts upon the thinking. Is that possible? Of course that is possible. Look at that. Pwede pala eh. Sa babae, dala 4-5 tao. Ilang tao yan? Ang dami. May tao pa sa likod eh. Pwede, di ba? Babae lang yan. Nagpipinal. Is that possible? What if we change the road system from what is it now, with all the pollution, with all the traffic congestion, to divide it into several parts? One is a big sidewalk. Two is a big bike lane. Three is a tranvia system, maybe using fossil fuel or maybe using pedal power, manpower. And we just have one lane, one way, for ambulances or a few cars.